Hi, Michelle here from Straw-Bearie.com. I'm a teacher, I'm a crafter, and I'm a DIYer. And today we are making ornaments for your Christmas tree out of things that you might already have around your house, like ribbons and stuff. These are easy things you can do with the kids, so I'll show you how. We're going to make cinnamon stick Christmas trees. These are super simple, super easy. All you need are some cinnamon sticks and some ribbons of your choice of colors to match your holiday decor. And a pair of scissors. All right, so super, super easy. So you're going to take your cinnamon stick out of the jar. Then you're going to pick your ribbons. And the hardest part of this is picking which ribbons to use. So, do you want red and green to be traditional? Maybe throw in some silver. You want to just kind of pick enough that they're going to fit your cinnamon stick. And so I'm just going to arrange these on here until I have the right amount of ribbons. And I don't know if all cinnamon sticks are the same height, but if your cinnamon stick is a different height, then of course you could have a different amount of ribbons for your cinnamon sticks. This is the hardest part, just figuring out what ribbons or strings you want to use in your little design. You're going to start with your top ribbon and you're just going to tie it onto your cinnamon stick and just tie it in a square knot. And we're going to trim it a little bit later. Then you're going to tie your next one on and just keep going with all of your ribbons on your cinnamon stick. Okay, so this kind of looks like a hot mess right now, but I'm going to just kind of adjust where each of the ribbons are to make them kind of equally dispersed on my cinnamon stick. And you will notice I have some that are actually still attached to the spools, and I just do that to, save from wasting. Now you're going to give your tree a trim. So you're going to cut your ribbons, and your longest ones is going to be your bottom one. And then you're going to cut them slightly smaller as you move up the tree. Once they're all cut, you want to just kind of look at them, make sure they are how you wanted them and where you wanted them. I'm just going to take a piece of ribbon, and you can use one that you've already used or you can use a different one. I'm going to take this one, and instead of tying it in the front, I'm going to tie it in the back. Once it's on there, I'm then going to take the ends and tie those ends together. Okay, I have this real problem with tying things on camera. I'm going to take the top and I'm going to tie those ends. And this just makes a little hanger for your tree. So I'll trim off those ends. And there you have it, a cute little Christmas tree cinnamon stick ornament. For our next ornament, I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, and I have some old wire. I don't even know where it came from, but it's a super thin wire. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it through at the edge of my ribbon, just poking. I swear it worked earlier. Just going to poke that wire near the edge of my ribbon, poke it through, and then I'm going to basically sew with my wire. So I'm going to poke it back in and keep repeating. So like I said, I'm sewing my wire by just poking it in and out of the ribbon near the edge. Every once in a while, I have to take my wire and kind of straighten it again so that I can actually poke it through. I'm not going to lie, it did take a while to do this. I found it easiest to hold the ribbon tight and taut and to poke down. I also am using grosgrain ribbon, which is the type of ribbon that has little ridges in it. I don't think this would work as well if you use like a satin ribbon or something. And almost about the time I finished, I thought, you know what, my wire might be thin enough that I could actually thread a needle and just actually sew this, because that would have been much easier. But I have about a 10-inch strip thereabouts of ribbon, so I'm going to cut my ribbon. I'm going to cut my wire, leaving a little on the ends. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull so that I'm gathering up my ribbon. And if your ribbon is kinked, it's not going to gather very easily. So that's one of the reasons why you want to make sure that you're trying to keep that wire as straight as possible as you're doing this. You're going to take your two ends and you're going to twist those together. Then you're going to make a little round shape with the ribbon. And you're going to take your wires and you want to leave a big hole and then twist them together at the top. And then just so that it's not quite so pokey, I'm just going to kind of fold that over. And that's going to be the tie. I'm going to get a ribbon in a contrasting color, and I'm going to tie it up at the top where I've twisted the wires together. And I'm going to try to tie a little bow. Never very good at tying bows on camera. Depending on the stiffness of your wire, you could take it and put it over something circular just to make sure that you've got it nice and circular. There you have it, a little wreath, a Christmas ornament made out of ribbon and wire. Now, I don't know if you have any of these hanging around your house. These are rings for curtains, and my mother had a whole bunch when I was little, and I ended up inheriting them, so now I have a whole bunch, and yeah, it's just a curtain ring. So I'm going to take this curtain ring, and I'm going to take some ribbon. Now, I am like, I don't know, a ribbon, not hoarder, but I get ribbon every chance I can. So like this ribbon probably came on a package. The ribbon that holds your shirts on the shoulders, yeah, I've been known to use that ribbon and take that off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just wrap my little thing with this ribbon. Now this ribbon has wire in it, so it's making it pretty easy to wrap my curtain ring. And I love how it's got gold and green on it. I'm just going to wrap that around. I remember when I was little, we would always make ornaments as a family, and our tree was always filled with handmade ornaments. And as an adult, with my own family, I've tried to kind of do that same type of tradition, and our tree is just an eclectic mix of all kinds of ornaments and stuff. All right, so once that is wrapped around, since this is wire ribbon, let's see, I'm pretty much done here. If this was not wired ribbon, I would probably put a little bit of hot glue. You know what? I'm going to do that just to make sure that it's nice and secure and not going to come up and look funny. Just a couple little dots of hot glue there to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take a contrasting ribbon. So here is some gold, and you could just tie this on, or you can tie the bow and then glue it on, whichever is your preference. So I'm going to make myself a little bow. I'm going to add just a dab of glue down here. and place my bow right there on that dab of glue. I'm going to take some gold cording and I'm going to put it through the loop here at the top. I'm going to tie my ends together, and voila, a cute little Christmas ornament made out of ribbons and a curtain hook. Now, I'm sure you've probably seen lots of crafters are making ornaments out of these wood rounds that you can buy on Amazon. And last year, I made a few of these as well, and they were super fun and super easy and simple to make. But I want you to know that years ago, you can probably tell by how frayed this is. I should probably clean that up while I'm talking to you. My mother-in-law made me this ornament, and she made it because she had a live Christmas tree. And whenever you have a live tree, you should cut off the ends, just like you cut off the ends of flowers, and that way it can soak up the water a little bit more. So she used her actual tree and cut several little thin pieces off the end of the tree, or I guess my father-in-law did that, and then she painted this with glitter paint. And like I said, this was years ago, and she tied a little ribbon on it, put a little hook on it, and this has been on my tree, oh, I don't know, probably about 20 years now. So cute, and every time I see it, it reminds me of her. So this one I made last year, and I think I just darkened this with a little bit of marker, and then I stamped this with, this was a rubber stamp, and then just tied a ribbon to the top. Super easy to make. This one I also made last year. Again, it was a rubber stamp, but then I took markers to color it in. So no painting involved, just coloring with markers. And this one, I did stain it first, and then I used a stencil and some texture paste, but I just love the way this one turned out. I think it looks very Scandinavian. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my DIY Christmas ornaments. Please let me know which one you would make, or is there another type of ornament that you like to make? And let me also know, do you have like all store-bought ornaments on your tree? Or do you have handmade ornaments? Do you make it a tradition to make ornaments with your kids every year? Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things. Until next time, toodles. If you like some of the other ornaments on my tree, I will be sure to link to my Dollar Tree ornaments video so that you can check that out as well.